Hello, Professor and class. Thank you for joining us for our presentation of the design documents for our software system design project application named EasyParenting. This project was made by the following members of Group 2, Gurleen Buttar, Kayan Chiang, Kirandeep Sambi, Stephen Vafadar, myself, Sheila Donnelly, Tin Stanley Long, Shiraz Khan, and Ronaldo Caceres. Please welcome Gurleen for your next slide.
Thanks, Sheila. Today, we'll be presenting the business problem that we chose to address, explain our goal use cases associated with this topic, and show our relevant classes from our system in our domain class diagram. We will then go a little bit further into one of our design subsystems, showing its MVC format, its state machine diagram, the use cases diagram, the relevant design pattern that we chose for that system, and the user experience and interface design that we intend on using. Lastly, we hope to bring this system to life for you with a quick overview of the technology we will use for our product. We hope you enjoy, and please feel free to ask any questions during our presentation. Here is Ronaldo to walk you through the business problem definition.
All right, thank you so much for that, Gurleen. Right now, I'm going to be presenting the problem definition. This application idea came to life when we started thinking about the different challenges that new parents face when they have their child. And to cope with these major changes in their lives, new parents require all the assistance they can get. Products, services, and assistance programs for new parents have increased in recent years, while access to these services has become more difficult. There are many applications on the market geared toward new parents, such as Baby Connect and Mom Junction, but none of them came close to meeting all of their needs. There is a need for a solution that will consolidate all new parents-related services onto a single platform, which is what we intend to provide. This would not only result in faster and more efficient access, but it will also raise awareness about the various options available to new parents, with lucrative profit opportunities, of course. I am pleased to introduce Shiraz to highlight the list of our product capabilities.
Thanks, Ronaldo. The EasyParenting application provides a welcoming, simple platform for searching and booking family well-being services, such as counseling for the emotional support needs that new parents and family members so often forget. For example, babysitting services, which can give mom and dad a much-needed break, or a baby and children's playgroups to help the family find new and fun ways to get out of the house and introduce their little ones to the world around them. I am pleased to introduce Stephen, who will take us through the benefits of the project.
Thanks, Shiraz. According to a Canadian Women's Foundation survey, 3 out of every 5 mothers wish they could prioritize their mental health, but 47% are unable to do so. EasyParenting Service Connector aims to alleviate this emotional strain by connecting new parents to essential services to alleviate the day-to-day stress of parenting. Each year we have millions of new parents entering the market, so the demand for an application to help them increases every year, which can be both highly beneficial for them and obviously profitable for us. In the next slide, Stanley will introduce some of the players in our plan.
Thank you, Stephen. In our project, we have many stakeholders, but we can divide them into 2 main categories: the externals and internals. The externals act outside the organizations, such as the investor or the end users, while the internal act inside the organization, such as the IT administrator or the owner. Each one of them have different level of interest and can be either operational or executive. Next, Kay will introduce us to the 4 subsystems of our product.
Thank you, Stanley. We can divide our application into 4 main subsystems. First, we have the user system, which takes into consideration every action that the user can take, from creating an account to booking a service. Then, we have the messaging system to allow communication between the users and vendors. Then we have the internal reporting systems, which will provide all the KPIs in an organized way to better get a grasp on how our application is doing. Finally, we have the most important one, which is the booking system. That will be the focus of the next session of slides, which is used both by the clients and the vendor to schedule and book a service. Kiran will now introduce our goal use cases that drive the capabilities of our application, based on the requests from our stakeholders.
Thanks, Kay. As Kay mentioned, the goal use case we will be focusing on is the booking subsystem. A user is able to search services, book services, make payments, receive and configure reminders, add and view ratings, generate reports, and cancel services, while administrators are able to generate reports and vendors are able to cancel services. In the next slide, I'll walk you through the user stories for the booking subsystem. The user stories that we have follows the given, when, and then pattern. They address the topics of how appointment bookings are created, paid for, searched, cancelled, and how to manage booking reminder notifications. For example, as you can see in item number 1, our users would like to be able to search services using various common filters such as price and location to find the best service for their needs. The acceptance criteria is phrased, given that I am a user or vendor that is ready to search for services. When I add filters to my search query, then I should only receive service results that best match my query. All of our system design can be traced to user requirements such as this, as we found it as utmost importance to design the system based on the needs of parents and vendors. All user stories follow this format for ease of use by our team. Kay will now illustrate the classes that we chose for our application, with booking subsystem classes highlighted in blue.
Thanks, Kiran. Based on our subsystem and user stories, we created the following domain class diagram. Here you can see the classes in our booking subsystem, highlighted in blue, starting with the user classes and attributes captured for the database booking. The list of services provided by the vendors, populated for parents to select, driven by the user and vendor physical address locations. The details of the booking themselves. And lastly, the payments and transaction classes to ensure fair, timely, and secure transactions through a third-party payment system for the vendors and parents. As you can see, many of these classes share a one-to-one relationship, with the exception of service products, as vendors can exist without service but can add as many as they would like. And bookings, as parents can also have 0 appointments booked or choose to book as many as they would like. In the next slide, we will show you how this translates into the ERD diagram. Here, our ERD diagram gives detailed instruction manual about how class attributes and classes will be created in the EasyParenting database. Kiran will now show us how the booking sequence diagram looks when it's been updated with the model view controller format.
Thanks, Kay. Our booking sequence diagram represents the steps taken in the system to select and view confirmed bookings. Once the user submits a request, the user controller initiates an authorization token verification with the user database. Once the user is confirmed to be authenticated, the user controller passes the request to the booking controller, where the controller will query a list of bookings from the booking database. Once the list is retrieved, a booking dashboard view will be rendered and presented to the user. However, in the case that the user is not authenticated, they will be redirected to the sign-in page. Ronaldo will now walk us through the state machine diagrams for our booking appointment objects.
All right, thank you so much for that, Kiran. Right now, as you mentioned, I'm going to be presenting the state machine diagram of the subsystem booking. So first, on the top left corner, we can see that the user starts by querying a service and selecting a vendor. If the user selects a vendor with their service, the state of the machine is selected, the booking is selected. After that, he can select a date and time for the booking, and after that, the booking changes the state to scheduled. After the booking is scheduled, the user can either confirm or cancel the action. If he confirms, then it'll move to the next step, to the next state. But if he doesn't, then he can either reselect the time to book an order or just cancel it. In the event that the user confirms the booking, then he will have the opportunity to pay. In that opportunity, if he doesn't pay, the state machine will stop. But if the user pays, then the state of the booking subsystem will change to booking confirmed. If a booking is confirmed, we will send them an email confirmation to the user and to the vendor too. After that, after the booking is confirmed, the user can cancel the booking, and if the user does so, then the booking will change to the state of cancelled, and we will be refunding the user their funds if the booking is cancelled between the first 24 hours after it has been confirmed and paid. And if the user does not cancel, well, then the state machine diagram will stop. So thank you so much for the opportunity of explaining the state machine diagram. And here is Sheila to show us the software pattern that we choose for these appointment bookings.
Thanks, Ronaldo. For the booking subsystem, we chose to use a facade design pattern to keep the complexities of service selection, booking, and payment hidden from the parents who choose to book services. Here's Stanley to start us into the next 3 slides showing how our team envisions the EasyParenting web and mobile user experience and user interface.
Thank you, Sheila. Here's our welcome page. As you can see, we chose a welcoming and friendly aesthetics with clean, consistent options for site entry on both our web and mobile application page. Next, Steven will show you our page and mobile registration interface.
Thanks, Stanley. As you can see, we have a simple yet also consistent customer login page where the customer also has the option to register if they haven't set up an account yet. We have put emphasis on a user-friendly, simple experience where the user will not be pressured to spend too much time to be a part of our service. Here's Shiraz to show you the last UI/UX slide for mobile and web booking.
Thanks, Steven. As you can see, our booking interfaces really strive to minimize data entry, with most options using icon selection only. We again aim for clarity and consistency to give the user the feel of a rich but smooth and simple experience. Lastly, Ronaldo will explain the technology we will be using to make this happen.
Alright, thank you so much, Steven. Right now, for the technology stack, we decided to go with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, and Angular for the front end, and for the back end we decided to use MongoDB as the database, Express as the server generator, Node.js as the backend driver language, and JWT for authentication. Additionally, we use React Native and Flutter with Dart for the mobile application, and our application is hosted in Heroku as a cloud service provider. Right now, Gurleen is going to wrap things up with a special offer.
Thank you, Ronaldo, and thank you all so much for joining us today. Each one of you will receive a 50% credit towards your first 3 Easy Parenting services. It was a pleasure spending time with you this semester. Group 2 wishes you great rest of your summer. Thank you.